Upon reflection, I saw myself in one of the Psalms today. Well, two of the Psalms today. I was looking up a joke for my colonoscopy, and Psalm 39 says, "Help us to see our end." But that was pretty much out of context. But then, as I was signing my papers, I decided to be more neat and flary than usual. And I remarked to the wonderful woman who was leading me through the process of registering at the hospital, I am showing very little contempt today for the process and for progress and for dotting I's and crossing T's, and I'm being very careful with my signature because normally it is a hot mess. And then I come home, and once I get over some of my grogginess from the anesthesia, I read these words in Psalm 36. There is a voice of rebellion deep in the heart of the wicked. There is no fear of God in his eyes. He flatters himself with his own eyes that his hateful sin will not be found out. And then it just digs deeper and deeper and deeper, and maybe goes beyond me, sometimes being messy and less rebellious and less contemptuous, or more rebellious and more contemptuous in my signature. And I am certainly glad to read Psalm 39 that reminds me that the psalmist had to say, I will keep watch on my ways so that I do not offend with my tongue. I will put a muzzle on my mouth while the wicked are in my presence. So I held my tongue and said nothing. I refrained from rash words. So it goes on. There's more to it than that. But I'm just introducing to you today some wonderful scriptures that you can read and absorb and apply to your life. Genesis 9, 1 through 17 shows us what happens when God does not give up on the world. And there's going to be more coming on a blog about the Genesis 6 through 9 story in a few days. And Hebrews 5 tells us that whatever we are going through or think we are going through, Jesus went through it and did so with prayers and supplications. At John 3:16 through 21 tells us that in spite of our rebellious hearts, in spite of our orneriness, God so loved the world that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have eternal life. And that's the news from Polecat Hollow.